and squad got it. And we made it through them problems, now it's God body. We eat, sleep, breathe this, wave till they see sick. Do it right the first time, they all try to remix. Yeah, they grinded, but we grinded different. Tell them they time is ticking, but we time a fish. Bet not leave a minute, stop it. Something like the goat off in that pocket. Whole squizzy riding with me, who gon' stop it? My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it, but it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share with the whole team.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Second and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Play action now, Winston. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. On play action, Winston. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scout.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, trying to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
In motion comes the tight end left. The tight end in motion right. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. They find some open field here. And all the way down to the 9. 65 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So he rips off a great run and shows you why this year he's top 10 in rushing in the league.
And looks like he's trying to move up fast on the leaderboard, doesn't he? Top 10, looks like he's running to get into the top 5.
They'll run here with Akers. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
On 2nd down, it's Ramsey, and he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Keenan Allen, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Uses the stiff arm. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Hands it off out of the gun. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Jameis to throw it. And this one too low.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw, Winston. Slant to Adams. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Winston now from the 50. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. He's got room at the 30. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Winston, throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Michael Gallup, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Texans are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7.
That ties the game at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Go check, go check. Trap 50, trap 50.
On play action, they'll throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So he stopped for no gain, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. The Jaguars at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Texans force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Following the interception, Winston. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. Their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got two. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Texans are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Winston now to throw on first down. And this one is incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Winston. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And a short gain down to about the 33. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Moore, the man in motion. Second and 11. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Uses the stiff arm. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The slot man in motion right. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Continued struggles here in the 2nd quarter, and to me, you can pin a lot of them on an inability to convert 3rd downs and that most recent incompletion to the list of examples.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play fake. Winston. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to get this down near the 25. The 1st down throw for Winston. And he'll just get rid of it.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Winston. And that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
They go play action. Winston. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach in our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Check, smash, check, hey, smash, Broncos.
Moore, the man in motion.
Ready.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Hat in the street, hat in the street.
Going right back to Akers. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. And even 100 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Warriors 70. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Hurry, hurry.
They run the counter. Ramsey. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. The 30. Past the 20. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. That's what they've done all game long.
And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for two is denied. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get two more possessions.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
On second down now. It's Ramsey, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
It's 3rd and
60 Cowboy 80. Panther 11. Let's go.
On third down, Ramsey, and he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Looking downfield for Jones. It's caught inside the 25.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And that might be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up, get a little life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
18-yard line.
Second and 6. He finds his man complete. That's Ramsey. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Now a give. Akers running left.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Come on. Hey, guys.
Now they send a man in motion right.
7 Pirates. 18 Cardinals.
Second and 3. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Desmond King picks it, and I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half, and for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out, and as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And that one complete downfield to Allen. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll drop to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Jaguars. Velus Jones, 55 yards. And the Jaguars are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Their own 18-yard line.
Ready?
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Winston now. He hits Adams, complete. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Play action now. Winston. And Ingram hauls it in.
And he is going to have a Texans first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
On play action, Winston. Throw left side complete. That's Adams.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
From the 38, Winston. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete.
Down inside the 10.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Isaiah Pacheco
with career touchdown number 60.
And the Texans are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
The Jaguars take over first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12, 1st and 10. Winston here to throw. Yeah, he's got it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
From the 3, 2nd and a yard.
Here's Winston. Steps away to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
4th down, Winston. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. And that one falls incomplete. And they're left now with just 2 seconds here in the first half. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this